Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. Death smiles at us all, but all a man can do is smile back. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Death smiles at us all, but all a man can do is smile back. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. Our life is what our thoughts make it. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. What do I have to complain of if I am going to do what I was born for? It's the truth I am after, and the truth never harmed anyone. Do external things distract you? Then make time for yourself to learn something worthwhile. Stop letting yourself be pulled in all directions. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. The universe is transformation. Life is opinion. It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if you will ever dig. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. To feel affection for people even when they make mistakes is uniquely human. You can do it if you simply recognize that they're human too, that they act out of ignorance against their will, and that you will both be dead before long. And above all, that they have not really hurt you. They have not diminished your ability to choose. Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. To live a good life, we have the potential for it. If we can learn to be indifferent to what makes no difference. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. The best way to avenge yourself is to not be like that. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? Never, let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present. Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if you will ever dig. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. Dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars and see yourself running with them. What stands in the way becomes the way. The obstacle is the way. The universe is a change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears. To understand the true quality of people, you must look into their minds and examine their pursuits and aversions. Adapt yourself to the things among which your lot has been cast, and love sincerely the fellow creatures with whom destiny has ordained that you shall live. You are a little soul carrying around a corpse. If it's not right, don't do it. If it's not true, don't say it. The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. Do not act as if you had 10,000 years to throw away. Death stands at your elbow. Be good for something while you live, and it is in your power. Nothing happens to any man that he is not formed by nature to bear. Our anger and annoyance are more detrimental to us than the things themselves which anger or annoy us. It is not events that disturb people, it is their judgments concerning them. Begin to begin is half the work. Let half still remain. Again begin this, and you will have finished. Each day provides its own gifts. The quality of your life is in direct proportion to the amount of uncertainty you can comfortably deal with. We ought to do good to others as simply as a horse runs, or a bee makes honey, or a vine bears grapes season after season without thinking of the grapes it has borne. Because your own strength is unequal to the task, do not assume that it is beyond the powers of man. But if anything is within the powers and province of man, believe that it is within your own compass also. No man is free who is not a master of himself. The only wealth which you will keep forever is the wealth you have given away. Such as are your habitual thoughts, such also will be the character of your mind, for the soul is dyed by the thoughts. Today, I escaped anxiety. Or no, I discarded it because it was within me, in my own perceptions, not outside. Nothing has such power to broaden the mind as the ability to investigate systematically and truly all that comes under thy observation in life. Each of us needs what nature gives us when nature gives it. The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to look things in the face and know them for what they are. Everything that happens happens as it should, and if you observe carefully, you will find this to be so. What is to give light must endure burning. Everything is right for me, which is right for you, O universe. Nothing for me is too early or too late, which comes in due time for you. Whatever is in any way beautiful has its source of beauty in itself, and is complete in itself. Praise forms no part of it. If someone is slipping up, kindly correct them, point out what they missed. But if you can't, blame yourself or no one. Nothing is so conducive to spiritual growth as this capacity for logical and accurate analysis of everything that happens to us. Do what you will, even if you tear yourself apart. most people will continue doing the same things. The universe is either a cosmos, order, or a chaos, disorder. If it's an order, how can I wish to change this order? Frequently consider the connection of all things in the universe. Remember that man lives only in the present. In this fleeting instant, all the rest of his life is either past and gone or not yet revealed. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. Look back over the past, with its changing empires that rose and fell, and you can foresee the future too. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. It's silly to try to escape other people's faults. They are inescapable. Just try to escape your own. In a word, if there is a God, all is well. And if chance rules, do not also be governed by it. Think of the life you have lived until now as over and as a dead man. See what's left as a bonus and live it according to nature. Love the hand that fate deals you and play it as your own, for what could be more fitting? Soon you'll be ashes or bones, a mere name at most, and even that is just a sound, an echo. The world is a living being, one nature, one soul. Keep that in mind, for it is in your power to retire into yourself whenever you choose. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. The only thing that isn't worthless, to live this life out truthfully and rightly, and be patient with those who don't. When faced with people's bad behavior, turn around and ask when you have acted like that. Whenever you want to cheer yourself up, consider the good qualities of those around you. If someone can prove me wrong and show me my mistake in any thought or action, I shall gladly change. I seek the truth, which never harmed anyone. Take the shortest route, the one that nature planned to speak and act in the healthiest way. Today, I escaped from the crush of circumstances, or better put, I threw them out, for the crush wasn't from outside me, but in my own assumptions. To expect bad people not to harm others is crazy. It's to ask the impossible, and to let them behave like that to other people, but expect them to exempt you is arrogant, the act of a tyrant. Beautiful things of any kind are beautiful in themselves, and sufficient themselves. Praise is extraneous. If someone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will happily change, for I seek the truth by which no one was ever truly harmed. Pass through this brief patch of time in harmony with nature, and come to your final resting place gracefully, just as a ripened olive might drop, praising the earth that nourished it and grateful to the tree that gave it growth. You have existed as a part. You shall disappear in that which produced you. How much more harmful are the consequences of anger and grief than the circumstances that arouse them in us? Because most of what we say and do is not essential. If you can eliminate it, you'll have more time and more tranquility. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. Like seeing roasted meat and other dishes in front of you and suddenly realizing this is a dead fish, a dead bird, a dead pig. Never regard something as doing you good if it makes you betray a trust or lose your sense of shame. You could enjoy this very moment with all the things you are praying to reach by taking the long way around if you'd stop depriving yourself of them. Treat what you don't have as non-existent. Look at what you have, the things you value most, and think of how much you'd crave them if you didn't have them. You are not your body and hairstyle, but your capacity for choosing well. If your choices are beautiful, so too will you be. Time is like a river made up of the events which happen, and a violent stream. For as soon as a thing has been seen, it is carried away, and another comes in its place. If this video struck a chord, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe our channel for more enlightening content.